From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
It's been a rough year for folks all across this great country, but football's back. The Texans and Chiefs, 2020 season underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
And the Texans.
And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And for the Texans here, you wonder just how long it's going to take to get over the loss to the Chiefs in the postseason last year. In the divisional round, the Texans had a 24-0 lead on the road. Normally you'd consider that ball game, but not when Patrick Mahomes is on the other side of the field, as those Chiefs rallied back to win one of 3 times in those playoffs where they trailed by double digits and came back to get the victory.
Houston.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It was Jamal Adams up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, It's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common, but one thing, because they have these...
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
Makes the score Chiefs 7, Texans nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Bradley Chubb. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And it's 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Working out of the gun, Mayfield looking deep for Julio. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35.
Julio Jones.
It's a big play on 3rd down for the Texans. 48 yards.
1st down.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. To throw, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That will allow them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Mayfield looks to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Third and long for Mayfield. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin with a quick throw out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Chiefs 7, Texans nothing.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
4th down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run through it. It's Taylor. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
56, the mic, boy, 56. Check 56. You're trapped, you're trapped. Move 15. Check 50.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Over 1st and 10.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. So that is 3 interceptions now in this 1st half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Check. Alert. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, they're scared.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Mike 56. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Check 3. 14. 56 is the mic. It's going to be a long day.
Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st down, Texans.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Now the Texans will burn the 1st of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 50-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield now from the 50. Looking downfield for Jones. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Julio Jones.
Houston.
50 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
Good.
Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Check 3.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Here's Wilson. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete. He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 14. Got it. It's a safety screen.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to try and go deep again. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Intended for Darius Slayton. Incomplete. He was covered by Antoine Winfield.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Fair. Watch the run. Check 3.
Final play of the half, it's Wilson. He's going to go up top again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run once more with Taylor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
From the gun, Wilson. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
Good for a Kansas
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 9. 36 power. Switch. Good job right there. Too quick.
Now Wilson slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They run with Taylor. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jonathan Taylor making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. He will find the rookie from LSU. That's Justin Jefferson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Justin Jefferson, 48 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
The 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Watch out. Check 26. No.
Again, it's Taylor, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike 56. Watch the screen. Good job right there. Check safety. Check.
They'll run with Taylor. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
It's second down.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Mayfield off the play fake. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Mayfield from the gun on third down. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
It's a pickup of 14, but it brings up fourth down.
Fourth down, Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Julio Jones. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans have broken the tie.
That extra point
and his kick is right through.
Makes the score Texans 21. Chiefs.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now Wilson on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by the rookie Michael O.J. Mudia. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Houston. Julio Jones with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Texans push further out in front.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line.
56 to Mike, boy. 56.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Taylor. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Shy of the goal line. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Russell Wilson taking it in. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
Sanders for the extra point.
He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Texans 28, Chiefs 21. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A gain of 12.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Texans.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1. At the Chiefs' 37-yard line.
Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
As his own brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Mayfield to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
At the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Sanders, 32 yards. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. He knocks it through, and it's 35-21.
35, Chiefs 21. Sam Martin set to kick off.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go, second down. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
It is just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Texans, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they